Well, welcome back to the shed. Another day, another mission. This time I'm going to carpet up the centre separator that I built yesterday. I'm going to carpet it up, I'll sand it down, carpet it up and get it ready to check out how to install it. I think it's going to be quite difficult because the gaps in the rails are only 17mm, so it's going to be an interesting way to try and make that work, but this is where we're at, as you know. Have the separator that we built, all this fluffy stuff, I've got to try and get rid of it all before we put carpet down. So I'm going to go around and clean all this up with some sandpaper, clean it all up, get it all ready, all these things here, and then try and actually see how I'm going to fit this in, because it's not going to be as simple as I thought. It might be, but I'm guessing it won't be just by the fact that it's, looking at it now, it's just going, maybe not, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, that's going to be sanded and get done now. Alright, a little bit of sanding down there, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, there's just no point. You can see there's a little bit of fluffiness, so I'll go around and give that a proper go over now. Nothing too serious there. Give it a blow away. Went down and bought another 3 metres of this stuff. It's not cheap, it's just automotive carpet though, not marine. A bit more flexy. Alright, now the plan is, I want to cut double the width of this. Just like that. So I'm trying to cut just double the width of the timber here, and double the width so that I can fold it over and then attach it at the bottom to make it tidy. I don't really know how I'm going to do this yet, but I'm going to work it out. So I'll cut down that line there, that'll do both sides. Do I want both sides done is the question. Do I just do one side, bolt the battery to it, because the battery's going to be bolted to the inside of one of them, and just paint the other side black, but then I should have painted it black first. Alright, I'll keep going with my theory and then I'll readdress it if I'm going to change it, so let's just do that. So, I've given the carpet a spray, and this is spray, so that's sprayed all the way around, ready to set there when it gets touch dry, which is a long way away yet, and this gets touch dry, which takes between 2 and 10 minutes. That's way off. Then I'll put them together and start the process of getting it done. I'm not sure, I'm not an upholsterer, so I don't know how it all joins up yet. I've done it in the car, but it was pretty straightforward. It was just corners. This one here I've got to overlap it and then make it look pretty. So making it look pretty is going to be the hard part, but we'll give it a go, see how it all goes. So that's dried off, and I've just laid that on top there. I'm going to press it down to get it ready to do the work on it. Get that ready. I'm going to fold these over and staple them down. Bang over like that. Bang them over and staple them down and cut them as normal. And see how we can work this all out. Not very exciting TV or YouTube channel, I know, at this stage, or not channel. Come on, let's be real. YouTube video. It is what it is. I'm just carpeting some plywood. Bear with me. We're almost there for the 12 volt stuff. I just got to get this stuff done, get the other stuff done, and then we'll roll onto it. Corners are pretty cool. This is what I watched on another YouTube video. The guy pokes them up like this, pushes them both down and joins them nice and tight. It's all sticky like that. And then we put a staple on each side like so. So when he got his dagger, he basically just cut the top off of that, and I made a nice corner. Works pretty well, I think. Pretty good effort. And staple it down like a boss. I'll cut a hole out. It looks a bit rough. I know I'm going to paint that black, so you won't really notice it, but trying to cut the carpet in a round circle is a bit of a bastard. So if you get a longer Stanley knife and give that a go, I'm using the little blade, and that's just not cutting it. So I'm going to get a longer blade. Spend some time doing that a bit tidier, but I'll try again with this one just here. I'll give that a go and see if that makes a difference. Got a slightly longer blade this time, so let's hope it works better. Oh, that's better. Much better. So longer blade, much better option. Maybe not. Half the battle is if you cut into the wood. You lose it. That's alright. That's alright. That's not too bad. That'll look okay when these are painted black. I'll tidy that little bit there up. Hopefully I can with a little bit of a blade here. Like a boss. This one here probably the same thing. Making a big difference to that actually. Sorry for spinning you around like that. That's better, like a boss, that looks better. Cool, well I'll go through and do the other ones and come back to you. Okay, so I've cut these all out, as you can see. All cut out there. All cut out down here. That's a little cube area which is going to be in the back. Let's bang it in and just see if it's going to fit, eh? Oh, that works. Grab a stool. Oh shit. There we go. That's how it's going to be. It's likely to fall on us at the moment, but that's how it's going to sit. So that's going to be open up there. Little gap down there. Our breather holes there, which I can already feel the breeze coming through. And on the other side, you will see that I've got a space for... I know that looks ugly at the moment, you won't see that. I've got a space here where the rails are for me to put my edge on it, because I'm going to screw an edge on it and bolt it straight into that rail there. So I think that'll work superbly. That is pretty good, I must say so myself. I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to work well. Now, a while ago I bought all these bolts, and all these bolts were designed to fit into the channel lock system. You see here, there's a channel lock. That drops into that one, right? But that's not the channel lock. Sorry, that's the channel lock there. That fits in. Perfect, just like that. Problem is I don't think I'm going to have 18mm spare. I need to buy more. It's going to give me more distance. Oh damn. Okay. Have I just created myself a pickle or what? Alright, that doesn't come out now. Oh, bugger. Alright, give me a second, I'll try and get that out. So I got it out to try it again on this side. It appears that some of them, they fit in and some they don't. So I need to trim them down a little bit so they don't fit in. No, they don't fit in. So I need to trim them down. So I'll thin them up a little bit to make them like 2mm less. And they should fit in. There's no way they're fitting in there. No way. So they're going to be slightly shorter and thinner to go in the hole. But these are going to be pulled into these areas, and I want to use that to clamp a bit of timber for me to screw to. So that is the plan. As long as that's deep enough, I should be okay. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this one just here, you can see there it goes through. That's what I want. I want to be able to bolt that straight through there, put a nut on it which that'll fit, and then screw into that, glue and screw my backing board into that. So this will remain in the cabin. This can be the actual center board can be taken away, and this will remain in the cabin and locked in, so like a nice long thin length of it. So I'll show you as I do it, but I know it's going to work hopefully. Just got to trim these down and make it happen. You can see here before I start doing anything, you can see these things here, they've got all different sizes. So those size and neither of these, I bought a pack of them, so neither of these actually do the job. That one is a bit thinner, so that might be okay. Let's have a try. But that's a nut cert version, which is fine if I can get it to work. I might be able to cut that spring down. It might still be a little bit too strong. No, it's too powerful and too long. They won't fit in. Oh no, it would fit in. No, it won't go. Oh, without the spring that might work. So that's another option I've got too. Maybe. The struggle is real trying to find these things at the right size. I went to different companies and tried and ordered different ones, and both of the ones I've got are wrong. Well, they're not wrong, they're perfect for something like Rhino rack or something like that, but they're no good for what I'm using them for. So modification is key. Let's modify away. Alright, so I've trimmed one of these down. It's about 2mm off the side there, as you can see. Now the problem I'm going to face here, and it is a problem, but not a bad problem. I've got that rail track right there, which I'm going to join into. This is going to support, not this exact kind of thing, but something similar to that. And that's going to be holding this rail. Now this rail comes up into there now, and it fits. But these are really well built. I can't complain about the build of this canopy. Everything is solid as all shit, right? That's going to be what's left hanging out. Not enough, so I have to order longer bolts. So I want to use thick material to screw to, just because of corrugations and things. That's not going to be enough. There's like a 1mm grab, no good. I could countersink that a fraction to try and support it by about 5mm and have a 10mm. I might give that a go. That might actually work quite well. That'll still give me lots of strength. It might be worthwhile trying that. But anyway, let's just work on the theory that this is quite small. I might have to buy some, that's probably 25mm, I might have to buy some 35mm long. Order them in, probably takes another week or so, get them up and get them done. So anyway, can't complain about the build of the canopy. If the steel or the aluminium stick on the canopy, I'm not going to complain about that. That's not something you want to whinge about. That's a positive. That's a real positive. So happy days. I'll have to order some more. Alright, so as I said, I've trimmed this down a bit. Can you see out of that okay? Hopefully you can. I've trimmed that down a bit, so that now fits in there beautifully. Obviously it's going in the rail, but I'm going to try it this way. And I've put a hole with a bit of a countersink to see how this is going to work. If I put that on there, and my little nylock nut with a washer on there, I reckon that'll pull perfectly tight. And then I can screw, obviously on a vertical here, but I can screw into this area here as many as I want to hold my backboard up on the centre. That is a great idea. That is what I'm going to do. That is perfect. Oh shit. Alright, so good, I can't get it off. There we go. I reckon that'll work superb, so that's going to be my way of playing the game. Gets me out of ordering more. I said, look, there's no longer ones. Gets me out of ordering more, and it works with the timber and the screws and bits and pieces that I have. So I bought a truckload of these, so I've got a bunch here. All of these. So I've got enough to do it. I've just got to trim them, mark them, countersink it, and we shall be good. So I bought out the trusty ripper with all of its magic stuff on it, and I've started to cut it down. This one here I've cut down. That's going to go, sorry, that one over there I've cut down. That's going to go right there as a support guard. Then I'm going to get this piece just here, and this is going to go along the base this way, just here. It's going to be bolted to the ground, just there, like that. And then I'll do another vertical face just here, and they'll be bolted into the ribs. I'll put this in and do a test fit to see how it's going to work. That should hold it pretty securely, and then the battery's going to be bolted to the back of this, along with other bits and pieces like smart shunt, other things like that. So it should work pretty sweet. Now the plan is to do these little, I probably shouldn't do it over the fresh carpet, eh? What am I doing? I'll take that off there, that's just being a knob. Let me do that now. Taking away the fresh carpeted piece, not to get covered in shite. I've done that drill just there, like I said. I've done the 3. 1, 2, 3. They're pretty even down the board, which is good, so that'll give me a nice even place to pull into. But there is carpet, so the millimetre perfect doesn't necessarily matter because it will pull in anyway. So I'll do them. I'll drill the M8 holes in those, and that's going to be my support bracket sideways. I'll then be able to run my screws, glue and screw, or just screw, anywhere I like down the line. That's off. I've got a fly trying to attack me. So that's going to be handy. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So on 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get that one done now as well. So I've cut down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I had the other one there already, so that's done. So that's fine. Just put some water on to cool them down because they're bloody hot after being cut. No, they're not pretty. I get that. But that's okay. We'll work that through. The 7th one is over here. That's done there. That's fine. 7 nuts. Or 7 bolts, so they should work fine for the 7 there, and then I'll do one more for the other wall. Alright, let's just see if this is going to work at all. Goes in there. Well, that went in there okay. Will it go on this one okay? Yep, that's a bonus. This one here. They're both in, so that's good. I dropped the washer on there. Is it going to be enough to pull? Or my washer's too small anyway? I think the washers are too small anyway. Didn't check that. No, they're not too small. They're right. Alright. I've got these slightly curvy washers which face inwards, which might be okay for what I need them to do. And that may very well be enough to grab. Maybe enough, or maybe the washers might be too much. Oh, it's not going in very well, is it? Yeah, the washers don't work. Piss them off. Let's try it just with the nuts. Remember, this is just a test fit anyway, because I'm going to be going and pulling it all out and painting it and making it look pretty if I can get it to work right. Such exciting TV. Alright, that'll sit like that for a minute. Put the washers away. The nylock nuts anyway, so the knot's going to come loose. He goes into there. Yep. One more. He can go into there, potentially. Sweet. That gives me quite a long thing to screw into when it comes time to screwing it in. I'm okay with that. I think that's going to be pretty good. There's plenty of thread to pull up on these, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looks like these nuts don't like these bolts. Huh? There we go. That works. So the theory is this is going to be screwed down with these bolts, which should be well and truly enough to hold it, and then I'll be able to screw as many screws as I want to, big chunky wood screws, into the face of this. It'll pull in pretty tight, and that's going to be pretty solid, so nothing's going to move. Behind it will go my battery, which is a slim line, so it should be perfectly sized to fit in there. Well, I'm bloody hoping anyway, so I've got to measure that to verify that. That's probably a really important thing to do, I would suggest. It might be more important to measure that than anything else. I'll get onto that because that's important before I screw anything down and test fit the other side. So I measured the battery, and this size just here gives me 130 plus the lip. The battery's 125, so it gives me 5mm play in here. So it'll be sitting flat on here and screwed into the back of this wall, which I think is going to be perfect. In fact, it won't be screwed, it'll be sitting on this lip here and screwed into this face just here. So I'll have another bit down there, just sitting there, or slid under there or something to support it. So that'll work pretty well. Let's keep going. Alright, so here's my screw to points. So that's the bottom one there, which we'll be able to screw to quite happily. And even if I don't use screws, I can use black L brackets on the back to support it, but I think I'll do screws so I can take it off from this side. I don't want to have to get in from the other side where all the kitchen is, so this side's going to be key. So decent screws pulling that in will be nice. And that there will be good as well, so that'll be fine. Be able to screw straight into that, or even bolt, whatever I'm going to do. Anyway, those are the two edges. This edge I haven't done yet because I'm not sure how I'm managing that. The kitchen backboard, or sorry, the 12-volt backboard, I may be screwing straight into the back of that because that'll be supported against that rail as well as that rail. So I won't mess with that one as yet. So let's see if the backboard fits in there. That fits like a boss. That'll screw in nicely, and it will look good too. Obviously looking good's part of the deal. That'll go in pretty tight. It's nice and even across the bottom. That's level, it'll push in nicely, and that in there will be supported when I've got the battery pack in. I'll be able to screw to the back of that. So that is great. That actually works really well. Screw on the other side. Looks really good. Don't worry about the look of that. That looks shit, but you won't see that. That works really well. So I opted to put the third one in because I'm actually going to test them. I'll leave it in there and see how well this goes. So I'm doing a bit of a bounce test on the weekend. I might go for a bit of a drive and bounce this around and just see if the screws are going to pull out. So I'll get it put in there now and screw it in. Oops, I knocked the camera. There we go. That's better. That'll work really well. bang a couple of screws in there. I'm going for juicy screws too. Like, these are quite juicy wood screws, so I'll pull right in nice and tight. So I don't see a problem with this being held in. And we'll give this a bit of a trial run. I think it needs to be tested before I put a battery to the back of it. God, there's some dickheads around, eh? Speeding up the road. Pretty sure this will hold pretty well. Tell me what you think. You reckon it will hold? I reckon it will. Got a big bloody fly, like a March fly or something. It's been trying to bite me for a couple of days. God, it's pissing me off. How high can I go? Pretty high, so I'll be able to put one in the corner. And down the bottom. I don't know if this one actually hit anything. I think I missed. Man, this fly is shitting me. I tried to kill it yesterday, but it wouldn't let me. Pain in the ass. It's pretty solid. Another one on the side up here. Oh, I see what I've done. Typical dumbass, I've missed that. Hear the difference there? Oh yeah, that's solid as now. Alright. I actually missed it, that's the problem. Getting quite close. There we go. I think that'll do for now. The screws I want them to be visible so I can take them out. So you can see how many I put in, I can see the heads of them, so that's what it's all about. So that there would be the next phase. Now it's obviously a separator for both sides, I'm happy with that. I understand it's not as pretty as the aluminium one that we did buy with this, but the aluminium one wasn't going to work because I can't screw to it to actually make it all work, to hold the battery set up. So this is just what we got to do. As you can see, I've screwed in pretty tight in there. I know it's not pretty yet, but it will be. Screwed in pretty tight, it looks nice and firm all the way along. So I don't think that's going anywhere. I think that's going to be a pretty strong structure. I'm pretty happy with it, and I think it'll go okay. You see up here, oh, okay. There you go, I've missed that screw and that screw. That's why it's not so tight. I'm going to pull those out and fix those up now. But I'll get that done without boring you, because you don't need to see that. That'll be boring for you. But anyway, that'll do for today. If you want to follow on the journey, feel free to join in and have a bit of a look. Failing that, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay classy, peeps. Bye.